The School and Public Transport Framework Agreement 2016 will be in place for 4 years until the 31st of January 2020. Any of the Highland Council's school and public transport needs may be subject to a mini-competition in order to award that route to a supplier. When it is appropriate, an e-auction will be conducted after the mini-competition. The auction will be conducted through the e-auction facility on PCS Tender. In this video, I will demonstrate how to access the e-auctions, how to interpret the information you are given, and how to take part in the e-auction. Only suppliers accepted onto the School and Public Transport Framework Agreement 2016 will be offered the opportunity to take part in the mini-competitions. When suppliers applied to be accepted onto the framework, you were asked to indicate which geographical areas you were interested in working and what vehicles you could provide. When the Highland Council identifies a route, all of the suppliers on the framework who have indicated that they are interested in the area the route is located and can provide the type of vehicle required will be invited to participate in the mini-competition. If, after the mini-competition has been conducted, an e-auction is going to be run, you will also receive an invitation to participate in a practice auction, which will let you get a feel for the system before the main event. In addition to this, you will receive an invitation from PCS Tender. This email will state that we are inviting you to participate in an e-auction, and we will provide you with the following details: the route that is being auctioned, the date of the auction, and the time of the auction. There are two ways in which you can access the e-auction. The first is by clicking on the link in the email. This will take you to a PCS Tender login page. Once you have entered your username and password and clicked on the Submit button, you will be taken directly to the auction summary page. The second way to access the auction is by navigating to the PCS Tender homepage and entering your username and password. Click on the ITT's Open to All Suppliers box, and then click the Auction tab located near the top of your screen. You will then see a list of all the e-auctions available. Search for the auction you wish to participate in. Remember, you can use the search filter option at the top of the page, and you can find the auction number in the email sent to you by PCS Tender. If you are unable to find the auction you have been invited to, then it is possible you may have more than one PCS Tender account. We can only send the invitation to participate in an auction to one of your accounts. If you do not see the auction in your auction tab, please try any other username or password combinations you may have for any additional accounts. You should also contact the PCS Tender Help Desk to delete any possible inactive accounts. When you have selected the auction you wish to take part in, you will be taken to the auction summary page. You can scroll down the auction summary page to find helpful information about the auction, such as the auction title. This is the route that will be auctioned. The auction description. This will give you further information on the route, as well as details on how the route should be priced. This will also provide details of the price-quality ratio that will be used during this auction. The auction direction. For those of you who are familiar with auctions, you will know that the auction price starts out low, and then you bid a higher price in an attempt to win the item. Here, we are conducting a reverse auction, so the price starts out high, and you can bid a lower price in an attempt to win the route. However, the award of these routes will not be based solely on the price you submit during the auction. They will be based on a cost-quality combination. Your quality score will have been determined based on your submission you provided during the mini competition, and this score will be carried over to the e-auction. As mentioned before, the price-quality ratio will be detailed in the auction description. The summary page also provides details of the auction start date and time, the end date and time, the currency we will be using, the minimum bid decrement. This indicates that the bid you input must be at least this amount less than your previous bid. In this example, the minimum bid decrement is £1, but this will not always be the case for every auction. Please check this amount before the auction begins. Pre-bid. This is the price that you submitted for this route during the mini competition. The awarding section lets you know how the route will be awarded. In these cases, the awarding of a route is at the discretion of the Highland Council. This means that the individual or the supplier ranked first at the end of the auction will not automatically be awarded the route. At the end of the auction, we will assess the bids we have received combined with your quality score, and we will contact you once a decision has been made. You can print out the auction summary page if you wish by selecting this option at the top of the page and selecting Print. When the auction is about to start, scroll to the top of the auction summary page and select the button for Auction Monitor. You will see two viewing options, a Java option and an HTML version. However, for these auctions, only the Java version will be available for you to use. Please note that your computer must have a specific version of Java in order to run these auctions. In this example, Java plugin version 1.7 or later is required, but this may change to later versions in the future. Please ensure that you give yourself plenty of time to check this before the auction begins. When you click the Enter button, your computer will often detect that you do not have the latest version of Java and will offer to update it for you. Follow the instructions your computer provides in order to update the software. If you do not have Java or want to update it manually, you can find the latest software on the Java website at www.java.com. The software is free to download and run, and you can click on the link available below this video. Select the Enter button to continue. This is your auction monitor page. It includes details on the auction, including the title, the status, your current bid, your rank based on both your price and quality scoring, the start time and the end time of the auction, and some of the information found in the auction summary page has been duplicated for you here to refer back to. I will now demonstrate an auction taking place. In this example, I have two suppliers taking part in the auction. The suppliers are unable to see how many other suppliers are present, who the suppliers are, or how much the other suppliers are bidding. The same will be the case for your auctions. Once the auction starts, the status box will change from not running to running, and the timer will begin to count down. In order to submit a bid, click on the box in the Submit Bid section, enter your amount, and click the Submit button. Remember, your bid must be lower than any previous bids you have made, and you must take into account the auction's minimum bid decrement. Please pay close attention to the amount you are entering. If you accidentally miss off a figure, your bid may still be accepted. Please also only enter bids that are commercially viable for your business. Once your bid has been accepted, you will see that your new price will appear in the summary box on the left-hand side of your screen. This box will provide a summary of all the bids you placed during the auction. You will also be able to see your current ranking during the auction. Once you have entered a price that, when combined with your quality score, puts your overall score above that of another supplier, your ranking will change. As you can see from this example, supplier 1 has to reduce their price several times before their ranking will change. If you do need to contact us during the auction, there are two ways in which you can do this. The first is using the messaging facility built into the auction page. You will see a tab for messages in your auction monitor. Click on this tab to open your messaging facility. By clicking on the New Message button that has appeared at the bottom of the section, you will open a new window that will allow you to send an email directly to our team. We will reply to your message as soon as possible. When we reply, a pop-up box will appear to tell you that you have received a message. You can view it by selecting our reply in the messaging box. The second way that you can contact us is by telephone. Sometime before the auction begins, we will email you to provide you with a direct telephone number that can be used if you need to contact us urgently during the auction. Although the auction does have an end time, if anyone should submit a bid within the last few minutes of the auction, extra time will be added to the countdown clock. Unlike other online auction sites, the winner of this auction will not be whoever can place a low bid in the last few seconds of the auction. All this will do will be to continue to add extra time to the auction in order to allow others the time to decide if they can offer a counterbid. Once the time has run out, a pop-up box will appear to notify you that the auction has ended. As mentioned previously, the award of these routes will be at the discretion of the Highland Council. The pricing that we receive from you during these auctions will have to be evaluated first before a final decision can be made. You will receive official notification of the outcome as soon as we are able.